Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have a Fun Fold card for you. It is Fun Fold Friday. So we're going to use the Poinsettia Petals stamp set to create our Fun Fold card with the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. So let's turn the camera and get started. Here is the stamp set. It is a bundle, so that means that it has coordinating dies that go with it. And we are also going to be using the coordinating designer series paper, which is the Poinsettia Place, which is on special this month at 15% off. This is the card that I'm going to show you. It is Fun Fold Friday, so this has a belly band that comes off, and then this opens in this. So it's a fun, different type opening, and it uses that sweet, beautiful designer series paper. So let's get started on that. We'll start with our card base, and that is Early Espresso. And you're going to cut this at 5.5 by 11. Save this because you're going to be creating your belly band from this piece here. The next thing we want to do is score this at 1.25, 5.5, and at 8.75. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut my belly band. That is going to be 1 inch or 1.25, 1.5, however you want. I'm going to just go 1.25. And then by 9.25. So that's all. Oops, and now I'm going to cut the designer series paper. So we're going to cut this at 5.25. 5.25. So you can pretty much get two of these out of one 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper. So now I have to cut 1 inch by 5.25. The measurements are all going to be under the video on the Show More or on my blog, which is www.TheStampCamp.com. The direct link will be under the video in Show More. And then two pieces, I need two of them that are 3 by 5.25. So there's 1, 2, and then the last one is 2 by 5.25. And you save this piece for another card. So those are all my pieces. So now let's fold. So we're going to fold that 1/2 inch or that 1 inch score line. Fold that in. Fold in. And then fold back. So it's just like that. All right, and then you're going to put your pieces on. Now this one I flipped over, and then this one goes here, and then you're going to put the 1 inch strip on this here, and then inside you're also going to put this piece right there. So that's where all your pieces go. So let's go ahead and get those all attached. This card comes together really quite quick and easily. I love how it uses the designer series paper because I'm using both sides of the prints, which is always nice because sometimes you can't decide which side you want to use. So this way, you're going to be using both sides. So this is the opposite side. That's what we're going to use down the center front panel. And that's going to go down the center front panel right here. And then this is going to come in here. And this card is coming together quite quickly. Now you could do this with any of the designer series papers, but I loved the poinsettia paper, and I thought the poinsettia on the belly band is really pretty as well. So for the belly band, place it so that start from the center and just lightly come around and wrap. It doesn't have to be tight. You want it to be sort of loose so you can slide it on and off with no problem. And then you're going to either take liquid glue or the Stamp and Seal and line that up. Perfect. Now to do the poinsettia, I took the dies, and you can see I matched them up, the solid with the outline, and I used washi tape to hold them together. And I just keep them in here like that because I always cut them together. I love how it has that embossing. I think you can kind of see it. When I sponge them, you'll see it a little bit more. I did the same thing with the leaves. Washi tape them together so they're always together. So if you'll notice in my printed paper here, they have a little yellow to them. So I die cut them out of very vanilla. But then I took the Bumblebee ink and then just lightly sponged. I can put it down on the table so, to get that kind of yellow which matched my print. So I did that to all of my little die cut poinsettias here. Just to give it that yellow. And it kind of brings out the embossing on that a little bit. Then I came back with the Early Espresso because the ones on the paper have that little Early Espresso edge on them. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of that on my edging here. So that kind of gives it that brownish edge like in the paper. That one really has an edge. That's all right, because no flower looks the same, right? So I think I will... The next thing I did was took the leaves and cut them out of garden green, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the leaves. I'm going to add a little bit of color. I think it brings out the dimension in the leaves. See the difference? All right. And then I also die cut out of Bumblebee cardstock, the little things here, and then my center for my poinsettia. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble that. Just like that. And that's going to go on my belly band. But first I want to put my leaves on. And so you can pretty much whatever you want to do. Then I'm going to put down these little sprigs, kind of like so. And I'm going to hold them in place with dimensional. So I'm going to use the side strips here. to hold those in place. So everything is pretty secure and in place. Now I'm just going to put my poinsettia on there. So there's your gorgeous belly band. Love that. Now to decorate the inside, I have a piece of Very Vanilla. And I'm going to stamp on the inside the magic. May the magic wonder bloom this holiday. And then I'm going to use the little berries that are in the stamp set and the Bumblebee ink. And let's see. Beautiful. Isn't that fun? And how easy. It looks complicated, which is with a lot of fun folds, they always look complicated, but they're really easy. Maybe it's the name Fun Fold. You think, oh my goodness, but super easy. Love how it uses that Designer Series paper. Gorgeous inside and out. Fold that in. That goes like that. And then slide up your belly band. Isn't that gorgeous? That is your Fun Fold Friday card for today. If you like what you've seen, make sure that you like, share, and follow on Facebook as well as my YouTube channel, TheStampCamp. You will find the cutting directions in the show more as well as the direct link to my blog post. Visit my blog, www.thestampcamp.com. If you need any of the supplies, I appreciate any and all orders, and you can do that on my blog. And this is the host code for October. That is it for today. Thanks for stopping by.